Hey guys, Capabella. Welcome back to Nova Hill. I'm here to do your weekly reading. I'm just going to run through all the signs today because I start school tomorrow. Woo! And yeah, I'm going for psychology. And I work an overnight job, so we ain't got time to be dwelling too much unless you want to book a personal reading, which you can find in the description and link below. Until then, we're going to do these readings to get a quick glimpse of your week this week. So let's start with Aries. Let's see what we have for Aries. All the cards are pre-shuffled. What do we have for Aries? For Aries this week, you have psychopath. Sorry, Aries. We starting off chaotic already. Okay, so it says abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. And sorry, I have a little cold too. Um, Aries. I don't feel like this is somebody you're dealing with. I feel like this is your emotions at this time. Not saying that you're crazy, but like maybe it's inconsistent energy. Maybe you're upset about something, someone. So we're about to find out with the tarot. Let me get a 9 card spread for Aries for psychopath. Why do they have psychopath this week? Okay. For Aries, this could be about a love situation. Mm. Is giving that like you're stuck in a cycle with someone or something that you don't love. This could be the battle within yourself, maybe not giving enough to yourself and pouring into other people. This could be not confident in something that you are doing that you thought you loved. This could be about your finances. Let's see. Let's put it all together. Okay. So, okay, it could be a partnership. We have the King of Pentacles at the end of the deck, but we also have the Queen of Pentacles in the spread in reverse. So this could be about a relationship that's being one-sided. It could be somebody was being deceptive with two women in here because I have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Or this could just simply be you just not feeling confident. Your money is up and down, inconsistent. It's really driving you crazy, and you're here making, I don't want to say bad decisions, but making maybe taking the wrong route to what you have to do to get money so you can basically win at all costs and take care of your family. And yeah, it's just giving you're putting yourself in a repeated cycle, which you got to take yourself out of because this is not what God wants you to do. And as you're doing this, karma is going to bite that behind real fast. So I want you to reconsider your options here of what you have to do. Let me get one more for psychopath in this spread. Yeah, you have to know that you are protected at this time. Archmichael Angel is here. So you might want to burn an Archmichael Angel candle. It says protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. Okay, so if this is talking about somebody else, you are being protected from them after a long repeated cycle of, disappointments, deception, karma is hitting that behind for them. If this has to deal with another person, and it could be they could have been dealing with you and like another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person that you're dealing with could be a earth sign as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it's one-sided. It's not enough love, and you're wanting to stay together for the family, maybe for the finances, the family, but for some reason it's like I don't think they're no good for you. Okay? Let me see what's the outcome for y'all for this situation. What's the outcome for Aries? I was about to say Leo. You need to stand with your community right now, be around your family, your friends. You might be moving out of this bad situation because you are the privileged lady. Yeah. Let me see. I could be talking to a divine feminine, divine masculine popped out. So I could be talking to either or. I feel like you're too privileged to be in this bad situation, to be honest with you. And because you are highly protected, it's getting you out of the cycle here. Maybe, yeah, you're kind of worried about your funds. Yeah, but I see that going away. I see you coming back. Maybe you felt like you were stuck for a very long time, but you have journey here. So that means you could be moving to a new home or moving away. Maybe you could be moving to family house at this time. Okay. You got bad health in reverse. You could be moving away from this relationship that's no good for you and moving in with family, having your friends and family having your back at this time. You're probably stressed about your finances, but that's probably why you feel like you have to do whatever you got to do in order to take care of your family, but it's going to be okay, Aries. Like I said, your finances are protected, you're protected, you know. You're one of God's favorites. God is not going to let you astray too far. It's something that you have to learn from this lesson to go through, and I think that is, you know, you stopping yourself from going to a better situation, a better outcome, right? Especially with these type of relationships, is given that you keep putting yourself in a cycle of bad relationships because you have bad health here. You're coming out of it. I think you're learning the lesson of like, I can't keep doing this no more with these people. Like I can't, like I'm hearing these. So maybe you had a cycle of like multiple bad relationships and you're finally getting it now. You got to think big, B. That's what I'm hearing. You got to think bigger. Okay? You got to do better and think bigger when it comes to your relationships and the people that you deal with. When it comes to your finances, when it comes to your heart, you feeling safe and protected and having security and stability. And don't feel like you have to do this on your own. You have to lean with your community and also like for them to help you to get some type of help. This is giving like don't do this alone because you're really going to need somebody to help you at this time. All right, what is spirit's advice for Aries so we can wrap up this reading? What is spirit advice? Y'all, it's getting chilly in New York. Like, I don't know if I should wear a hoodie. I don't know. The way my life is set up right now with everything packed up, y'all, I'm probably just gonna have to buy a whole new like jacket or something. Let me see what we got for Aries. You probably gotta pack up too. Probably moving soon. All right, it says number 6, Osiris, death and rebirth. All right, Aries. So let's see what that is. Number 6. It says he is the eldest son of Geb and Nut. He is often depicted as a mummy with green or black skin, which symbolizes the vital spirit of the earth and vegetation. Osiris is a just, compassionate God. He is the God of suffering victims and the oppressed, and such as he suffers with mortals. All the power of fertility and reproduction resides within him. I just woke up, y'all, so my coffee did not kick in, okay? I got this. I promise you, I got this. All right, so it says, let's go back. All the power of fertility and reproduction resides within him. The cycle of death and rebirth, he presages the end of a cycle, of a family relationship or friendship. Okay, see? It says, welcome to the new situation with confidence, even if it's different from what you have experienced up to now. Abandon the old order and always remember to be thankful for your life day after day, whether it is good or bad. Only in this way will honor and luck be your companions. And this is a strong message for you guys because this morning I had a weird let's say past 2 days or whatever. And I was like, no matter how I feel, no matter I don't want to be here, like in this situation, or, I'm upset with certain people or whatever the case is, I'm still going to get my coffee and be the most chipper mofo at work around people. I'm going to not spaz out with my anger and like also not bottle it in either. Like I called a trusted friend and shared what I was going through and I cried a little bit, which was good for releasing. And when it came to the anger, I learned how to dismantle that in a sense of I'm dealing with it, but it's not like nobody's going to get me out of my character. The situation is not going to get me out of my character, right? And with all of that for the past 2 days, today I was like, when I woke up, I was like, you know what? Let me pray a little harder today. I don't know what came over me, but I was praying for like a good 15, 20 minutes. And when I pray, it's just real short or whatever the case is. Thank you, God, for waking me up. May my day be blessed and, guide me in your words and your actions. Amen. Right? I'm so grateful. Amen. But today I was really going hard with, speaking to God and my, ancestors and spiritual guides and stuff like that. And I think that's something that you need to do at this time. That's why you did have the Archangel Michael card of being protected. I think you need to pray a little harder and shake whatever you're going through off of you, even though you're having, like, it could be a hard time at this time. So that's my message for you, Aries. We're gonna go to Taurus next. So let's see what we have for Taurus, and I'll see you guys there. All right, what's up, Taurus? Two things. One, I was thinking about this old cartoon. It was Scooby-Doo, but the one where they're like little kids. Go look up that theme song. I don't know if that's nostalgic for y'all. Like it's like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I don't know. It's weird. I kept thinking about it over and over. Somebody might have a dog. Somebody might be trying to put together some clues, trying to figure something out. Number two, how wrinkled is this shirt? I don't give a damn. I'm home. So let's see what your weekly reading is going to give us today, okay? So, oh, well, we already got one. Let me see. Let me get one more for Taurus. We jumping in fast, I see. Okay, perfect. So your first one you got today, okay? Ow. It says good vibes now in the moment, okay? Somebody could be a smoker. You could be smoking that good stuff, all right? Could be celebrating somebody's birthday, going to parties, just enjoying life, looking fashionable. Maybe that's why I said I ain't iron this, but I gotta iron my uniform later, so that might be significant. Okay, somebody needs to, get their clothes together. Okay. Yeah, just enjoying life and looking fabulous. I feel like maybe you're dyeing your hair different colors. It's giving all colors of the rainbow. And then we also have toxic. Okay, so it says drama, arguments, incompatible. Somebody could be doing shrooms or like eating mushrooms and steak. That's what I'm hearing. So you're probably not trying to hear nobody's BS at this time. You're just trying to enjoy life. So let's see what tarot has to say for your week regarding today and toxic. Okay, so my name could start with a T. Let's see what we have for Taurus. Give me a 9 card spread, please. All right. Maybe you're just fighting to be happy and enjoying life right now. Okay, could be dealing with somebody very impulsive. Ooh, very controlling, very sexual. They want their cake and eat it too, I'm hearing. It's all from the ego. Maybe you're defending yourself against this person or you're not feeling them after a truth came out. All right, Taurus. Let me see. Okay, you want to recover from the situation here. Okay, let's try a little bit more. King of Pentacles, that's you. Whoa, my whole deck almost fell. Let's see. You could be dealing with an Aries, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? Or another earth sign, an Aquarius. Is giving earth and air. Earth, air, and fire, okay? What is it? Earth, wind, and fire. Could be listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. We are in September. It is September 1st. Maybe you need to throw that song on. Maybe that song is significant. Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. All right. I'm about to throw that on too. Because I feel like that's my moving song. Like, I don't know. That's another thing. End of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles. So maybe you're holding something to yourself. Maybe you found out the truth about someone or somebody told you about a truth. And I'm getting that you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it, but you're accepting what happened because maybe something that you was fighting for, okay? It could be. Now, if it's not dealing with a person, right? If it's not dealing with a person, it could be you, something that you really, really wanted, that you're fighting for, defending yourself for. You could have been a little impulsive, a little hot-headed about it, a little like all action, no plan, and or you just really wanted it and was being a tyrant, controlling energy, right? Which it wasn't very wise of you to do that, and maybe that's why it didn't work out successful. On that note, right, you're accepting the fact that okay, maybe if I was more strategic in my plan, it could have worked out. I accept the fact that it didn't work. So now I have to recover. Okay, so now I have to learn better and recover to get out of whatever lack that I'm in, that it didn't come out successful. So that way I can be the king of pentacles again, be back on my feet, be back in stability, um, have basically whatever I want, okay, how I want it in order to be happy again. I do see the Ace of Wands peeking out, so it could be a new project coming in the way for you. So this is not the end, the end all be all. You might have to start all over again, okay? So that just popped out of the deck under the Four of Pentacles. Right now it's best to save your finances, okay? Save it or invest it to make it grow. Not all of it, save some of it, because just in case if those investments, don't skyrocket like you think it would, keep half in investments and half in savings, right? Like if you're doing like ETFs and stuff like that. I would say also keep your thoughts to yourself. Do not let anybody know impulsively. Okay, because those same people that you're sharing your thoughts with and your goals and your plans might be the same people that you're actually in competition with, and you didn't have no idea you were. You didn't know how confident and boss like you really were supposed to be, and nobody wants to see you really win at the end. Very like straight to it, Taurus. Now if you're dealing with a relationship, this could be somebody that's controlling and impulsive and very hot-headed, hot sexual energy. Like I'm hearing ahora. They want it now. They want it when they want it. And you could be like, they could be overstepping your boundaries and you're trying to fight them with your boundaries. Like not fight them, but like, listen, I have boundaries you need to respect, okay? And I see it's like an egotistical battle between you two. And maybe like this is what you wanted. Maybe you thought you wanted this person, but now you're like seeing the truth about them, and that's where the toxicity could come in. Same as the last spread, as I'm sorry, ugh, I can't even talk. As I was saying, it could be a lot of miscommunication on top of that. I don't know if somebody speaks a different language, it's hard to understand somebody. But yeah, that's where the toxicity can come in. Okay, where the miscommunication, you guys do different, like have different ways of loving, have different ways of life. Maybe it's not compatible, you feel like, and you have to accept that truth. And like, I still see you wanting to move forward. Maybe they want to move forward with you. Somebody is not closing the cycle. And I know you want something, special with them in a sense of security and stability. But I don't think they have that right now. So you need to learn how to just do that for yourself. Be happy with yourself if you still want to keep this person around, okay? Now, for both spreads, what we have the outcome for? Taurus, okay? Hold on. Sorry, Taurus. Give me a second. Let's see what we have for Taurus. We still recording? Okay. All right, Taurus. Let's see. You guys have to come to an agreement or nothing is going to shift. Some type of agreement, whether y'all agreeing to move forward with each other and work things out, or agreeing to disagree and not move forward with each other. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Not moving forward. Something is stagnant and stuck in order for you to have abundance in all areas of your life, whether that's love, money, etc., etc. Okay, so hold on. You got poverty, adjudication, change in reverse. Yeah, something is not moving, and like your abundance is being stuck at this time because y'all need to have some type of like, it's really giving miscommunication. So since we was talking about the relationship part, let's talk about that first. You guys are in lack right now because the communication is not clear and you guys don't know how to move forward with each other and have a great, journey. Or you can be coming out of those lack situations with this person in order to have an abundance of love and stability and just all areas where you feel like a relationship should go into. Okay? Now that you both are, I'm seeing probably only you are the mature one here. So maybe you can guide this relationship to becoming something abundant. I don't really see the masculine here, the other person here being in their element of like being mature. And then we have great fortune in reverse. So this is stopping, like, it's leaking into the all the other areas of your life. That's your finances, like everything, right? Maybe your hobbies, what you do for work, like your happiness, your joy, and you need to seal those cracks within the foundation. You guys need to either rebuild a foundation, okay, in order to move forward and come together and see how you can compromise to come forward, so that way you can have this abundance and you guys can be mature about the situation. Maybe that's where all, like, like I said, it's heavy on the miscommunication. I don't know what you guys are like, against at this time with each other, but I see, like, even though it looks like it's stuck, it looks like you guys are going to come to an agreement to either, like I said, it could be sticking together and working it out and, going a new direction and with each other in a way that's positive, or agreeing to disagree that we don't, we're not compatible, we're not working out, it's okay. And we'll find love and abundance elsewhere, right? But it has to take somebody, the most mature one, whoever is the divine feminine, is going to be the one that's going to have to shift the dynamic of this relationship or how it's going to go. Okay, because it looks like you both are coming out of lack, but it's after an agreement that you guys have to have. Let me see what spirit advice is for this. Actually, hold on. If it's not about a relationship, right? It just seems like, you're gonna have to deal with some legal stuff to come out of poverty that's holding you back, becoming, a wealthy person. Okay, somebody here is supposed to be wealthy, but it's something, maybe a business partnership. Maybe you're either breaking free from some type of business partnership, some type of, someone is trying to stop your finances, okay? And you're already in a lack mindset, a lack poverty with your finances. You have to get out of that. So you need to come to an agreement or disagreement in order to move forward when it comes to your finances, your abundance in life, right? If this is not regarding in love in the first place, you have, the wisdom, the maturity, you know how to deal with your finances, but now it's time for you to do better at this time and come out of anywhere that is leaking into all areas of your life of, you know, lack, pretty much. So let me get the spiritual advice that you guys need for Taurus. We already tried to come out. Let me get it one more time. Too many cards for it. Just one, please. So yeah, I think that's why you guys are trying to stay super positive at this time, because it's a lot of things that are draining you. It could be, this relationship that's draining you, keeping you in lack mindset, and you ain't got time for it, okay? So keep enjoying your life and your, what you can enjoy at this time, because you're obviously meant for better. Look at that. And you could be winning at the casino too, if anything. All right, so you got two cards, y'all. So you got 33 Selkies, which is healing. So I'm going to read that one first. Number 33. It says, divinity of magic and occult power. She is depicted as a woman with the scorpion on her head, her symbol. She possesses absolute power over all poisonous creatures because she represents the poison and the antidote at the same time, just like them. Like the scorpion, she is the sign of death and rebirth, she who gives the kiss of death and breathes and the breath of new life. You need to cross the threshold in order to come to a new life. Selkies invites you to recognize and accept your dual, the benign and malignant. Oh, how you say it? Malignant. Whatever, malignant nature. Learn to control your poisonous side, giving space to that part of you that has the capacity to heal. Okay, now we have number 7, which is, oh, girl, Isis, faith and wisdom. I think my coffee just kicked in, so I'm feeling like a little anxiety. Maybe that's how you're feeling, and you're not trying to feel that. Okay, drink a lot of water, y'all, because that's what I'm about to do. So Isis, faith and wisdom. It says, sister and wife of Osiris. She is compared to the mother goddess. Her name means throne. In fact, she is represented with the headdress in the shape of a throne. She is revered as the ideal mother and wife. She is the protectress of sinners and the oppressed, the goddess of motherhood, fertility, and great magic. Y'all need to burn some type of candle. Y'all need to burn some type of candle, y'all. It said it twice already, to be honest with you. I don't know what type of candle, to be honest. I'm still a student of like learning this stuff, but it's some type of candle we need to burn. Let's see if it gives us any insight, okay? It says a conveyor of serenity and love. Isis invites, I'm hearing like a sweetening spell, like a sweetening ritual to like make the relationship sweeter. I'm seeing an orange candle, maybe for your confidence and getting out of lack, courageous. But I'm also seeing a blue candle as well. I don't think you can do those together, but I'm also seeing like a blue candle for peace and harmony within the relationship and communication. Okay. So maybe you have to do those separate. I would say do your research first before you do any of these, but that's what I'm seeing. Somebody here is either lighting an orange candle for self and somebody's lighting a blue candle for a relationship, which usually, we use pink, red, stuff like that. But yeah, this blue is like more peace and harmony. I'm hearing like for the miscommunications that's going on in the relationship. All right. And honey, sweetening with honey. All right. So let me see. It says, as conveyor of serenity and love, Isis invites you to reflect on the themes of faith, knowledge, fidelity, purity, and silence. Learning to work on keeping secrets and trust in faith. Remember, I told you something that you need to keep to yourself. By keeping secrets, you'll learn to protect and to bear great responsibilities, such as sacred knowledge and the duality between material universe and the spiritual universe. That's what I got for you, Taurus. So make sure you get them orange or blue candles and look up Scooby Doo. I don't know what that's about either. Something you need to keep to yourself that you found out. I don't know. But that's what I got for y'all this week. So we're gonna go forward with, I believe, Gemini. I'm just gonna take a little quick break and be back. Hey, what's up, Gemini? We are on your reading. I just wanted to say, like, I was thinking about school. I start class tomorrow. I printed out my syllabus and like I've been feeling so excited to start. And that's why I'm changing up my readings a little bit. That's why they're going to be a little shorter because I have to fit like my class schedule and my personal readings and whatever else that I'm doing. And I have work overnight. So, I have to get my schedule ready. I think this is like a huge reset for you guys. So that's why you're feeling like this. Like, that's why I'm feeling like this starting your reading. So, and I'm just like super excited about it. So let's see what we have for your week, Gemini, and see how this resonates with your reading this week. What do we got for Gemini this week? Ooh, look, established. Settled, secure, and wealthy. So yeah, it's giving that like I got like my organization on point. I got what I'm doing on point, and I'm getting to the bag, and I'm established. I'm secured in what I'm doing. All right. That's why you're probably feeling happy at this time. Let me get one more for Gemini, please. You have nightlife, strip tease, gamble in Vegas. You might be taking a trip. You probably hit big at the casino or something. Probably just really enjoying life. This is giving like super wealthy energy and then just splurging, enjoying your wealth, having a great time. Okay. So let's see what we have for Gemini regarding to establish in nightlife. Y'all probably just hit big in the casino in Vegas. Whatever you guys did made you wealthy and now you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. Okay. That's awesome, Gemini. So let's see, what is this for Gemini this week? For something you're going to do is going to give like a jackpot effect, okay? Something that you're impulsively going towards, you're very passionate about. It's going to be able to give you an offer. Oh, and you're being very decisive and logical about it, and it's going to change your freaking life. You're going to be like, what the heck? It's going to clear up any illusions that you had, any daydreams. Like it's literally shaking your, something is happening where it's literally shaking your life up. And it has to happen in order for you to get what you want. To get this all these dreams flowing, all these dreams accomplished. Everything you want is like you're getting every trophy, right? At the end of the deck, you have Seven of Wands. So you're really fighting for this, and you're going at it very passionately, very courageously. You're just going for it because you know what you have to do, right? And like I said, it's going to give you a new offer. It could be an offer of love as well. Could have like a new relationship coming in, something that you always wanted, but it's going to come after like some type of shakeup, a breakup of illusion, something that you find out, like no more secrets around you, something that's going to just shake your entire world. And in a weird way, it's necessary in order for you to get everything that you want and need. You might want to check your phone. It might be a message coming to your phone because I just had an urge to check my phone just now. I don't know why. But yeah, you see how the cards change from the tower and the moon reverse? Like some type of illusions being cleared up, some type of fears are being cleared up. Like it's giving, the tower is like shaking up your life, but it's in a sense of like, let it shake up. You don't care. Just let it shake up so I can get this abundance. And you know you have to go here, but you have to go through here first, right? So it's like you got to let the tower shake up, and it's like you're almost running to the tower. It's like you're running into the flames in order to come out the other side. Okay, being emotionally stable, having a new outlook in life, having more discernments, being very wise. After the shakeup, it was like the shakeup was necessary. It's very soul searching, right? To clear up any illusions, confusions, diffusions, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you can get the goals that you are trying to pertain. I'm here, maintain, pertain, and maintain. Okay, so you can live in a very abundant life. Okay, so you can be joyous, joyful, and it's probably something very untraditional, right? That's why we have that nightlife there. Something very orthodox. Okay, you could work in a nightlife scene. You could be a stripper. You could work in casinos, but it could be something like, I don't know. It could be something that people don't usually get, okay? It could be something very rebellious, something not traditional, something that doesn't happen often, some type of secret being revealed or something. I don't know. And yet, like, I don't, it's giving like something very premature, something very like it's like you have the wisdom here and you're being logical about it, but something inside of you also is giving like young kid energy. Like it's giving like rebellious kid, right? Because you have the child here, you have the Hierophant reverse, which gives like that rebellious energy, not traditional, orthodox, right? And then you have the Page of Wands in reverse, which is somebody usually like kid-like, immature, inconsistent, high, whatever, right? But it's giving like it's working in your favor being this way, if that makes sense. It's like you're tuning in into your inner child again in order to make your goals happen, right? You're probably just not being fearful. Like maybe you're an adult now and you're not being so fearful of being who you truly wanted to be, which people maybe thought that was childlike or like for example, Michael Jackson, right? Like he always wanted to relive a better childhood, and he had Neverland and stuff because his childhood wasn't a good childhood growing up. So as an adult, he was, into child things, right? And wanted to be a child again. So it's giving that type of energy, right? Regardless of all like the naysayers and stuff like that. That's what I'm seeing for y'all. I don't really see a relationship here. And if it is, it's going to be something that's like unorthodox. Maybe being with somebody younger than you. Maybe somebody, probably you have more money than, but it's very, very passionate. And you're happy with this person. You're probably the older one. It's something that's not like traditional norms, okay? You could be with another woman, you could be with another man. I'm just getting somebody just younger, maybe younger than you, and don't got it all like you, but they love you dearly down. They love you. They want to see you every day, talk to you every day. They want to offer you love. They're trying to give you anything that they have because they know that you probably got it all. So it's gonna be something that's they're gonna rock your world. Next, okay, so let's see what the outcome is for Gemini for this. Okay. Wait, hold on. Gemini, yep, you got message in reverse. So maybe you're waiting on a message that involves money. I could be talking to a divine masculine. It don't really matter. It's like you're waiting to become wealthy. You know something is coming in a sense. Ooh, and there goes your privileged lady. And look, you got child in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So this could be somebody's inner child. I don't know. Matter of fact, I do know. Hold on, y'all. It's a little confusing, but we're gonna get to it. Give me a second. So you have house in reverse, high honor, message in reverse. So maybe something regarding your house. Maybe you're trying to sell it at this time. You're just waiting for the funds to come in. So somebody could be in real estate, could be selling their home. Eventually, you're going to get something that you wasn't expecting, like a gift type of energy. And it could be from a masculine, somebody who, or maybe this is you. You could be getting that gift. You could be the divine masculine. And once you get that gift, that's going to be like it's going to be something bigger than you could imagine. That's going to put you into wealth and put you into this stability, right? That's going to make you into the privileged person, the privileged lady. It's a lot of gender roles here. Just take it how it's supposed to go. I don't really see like it's man, woman that I'm talking to. It's just giving the main person here is going to receive something very unexpected, right? We have unexpected income right next to gifts. So it's like you could be like an example could be like you could be selling your house. You could be there's a fly in here. Somebody could be watching you as well or spying on you or your funds. Somebody could be pocket watching y'all. Be careful. But it could be you're trying to sell your house to the best bidder or whatever the case is. But it's like it's coming in slowly and unexpected income. It's like maybe you have an idea of how much you want to sell your house for, but it's not going to be that. It's probably going to be more than you expected, to be honest, to get you out of poverty and make you become the wealthy person, make you become the privileged person. Okay. And it's probably going to fulfill your childhood dreams. And that's why you have the established nightlife. It's like something is coming together for you unexpectedly when it comes to your finances. That's going to be larger than life to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this to make me rich. Like I knew I was going to get something, but not being this freaking wealthy. Like it blew my mind. And now you're going to be able to enjoy life for once. And if this is dealing with a relationship, you could be waiting for this person to respond back to you. Maybe you guys are like blocked. Maybe this person want to come in with some type of I'm hearing apology or like some type of something they can offer you. And I don't see it is going to be a lot. It's like the opposite of what we just said, right? It's like they want to come in with whatever they have. It could be all that they have. That's how much they care about you. And they want to come together with you. That's why we also have marriage here. But in a sense of like it'll help both of your finances. You get what I'm saying? Like it'll help both of your finances. Somebody's more wealthier than the other person, and regardless, you guys want to be together, okay? Maybe this is somebody you had issues with in the past, but I don't see them being a bad person. It's just maybe the stability is rocky, the foundation is rocky, and they're trying to, at least give you something to offer. Even though they don't have it to offer, they're like struggling and scraping from the bottom to, give you something at least. And you guys might have a child together, or like, it was a lack of taking care of their child with you or something. Could be dealing with somebody with a child, you could have a child, but it's something that like, I don't know, it's like they're coming in to give you something small, like they could be immature, they could be, like I said, younger than you, or like they don't really have much to give, but they know that they love you, right? And like you'll take care of them in a sense. All right, Gemini, I don't know, but we're gonna go to what spirit advice have for you this week in this situation. All right. Who is the new card I've never seen? Gemini. Number 5, Geb, prosperity. Whoever I'm talking to, you about to be rich, dog. Look at this. And this remind me of what's that bird? What is that bird that Cardi B got tatted on her body, on her behind, with all the feathers and stuff. I can't remember what it is, but this looks like it. Even though I know it's like what is it? Papyrus? I don't know how to pronounce it. I forgot what it's called, that plant. But don't it look like that bird that I'm talking about? Put in the comments, y'all. I'm about to start school, I promise. But let's see what it says for you in regarding to this prosperity. It's meant to be. It's meant to be, for y'all to be very wealthy, and something is coming your way that you're like, I think people don't think that you worked hard for this, right? Because like maybe the wealth is like popping up out of nowhere, but like you really was so passionate and worked so hard for this and defended yourself and other people in competition that you deserve this, and people don't see that. So that's another message there. But let's get to the reading. I've never seen this card before. As many readings as I've done, I've been using this deck for a whole year, almost every day. I never seen this card. So it says, God of the earth and all animals, he is usually depicted lying on the ground with plants and fruit on his body, or as a bearded man with a goose on his head, the emblem representing the hieroglyph of his name. Geb symbolizes wealth, fertility, and abundance of nature, but also its most feared forces. With Geb, you can trust in slow but constant development, such as realization of a project or conclusion of a program. You might experience extremely pleasant, tranquil, and tender emotions full of harmony and moral integrity. It's your season, Gemini. Even though it's not your season, we are in what, Virgo right now? But whoever's watching this, it's your season of prosperity, abundance, and wealth. And wherever like that may come from, whether it's finances, your health, your family, love, you should just enjoy the blessings at this time, no matter, how untraditional or, unorthodox it is to other people. Who gives a F? I'll see y'all in Cancer. Hey, what's up, Cancer? All right, let's get straight into your reading. Let's see what we got for y'all. So let's see what we got for Cancer this week. What do you have for Cancer this week? All righty. You have a couple of cards, Cancer. Do I want to keep it? Y'all not my favorite sign. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll play fair. All right. So, matter of fact, I won't keep it because this didn't come out the deck, but I have a message. It says clingy. Okay? Old exes, dead relationship, old ways. You got to let something go or somebody go. And there's like a shattered heart on his door, I think. Hold on. Let me see. I never really looked at that. I don't know if it's shattered. It looks like it though. And it looks like the door is locked closed, okay? With all the greenery here, I think you're blocking your blessings by being stuck on something in the past. You're not allowing something to grow, maybe your small freaking heart, okay? But Let's get to your reading, right? So the cards that you did get was recharge, breathe, let go, and clear your mind. Maybe you need to go to the beach or buy some big body of water. Maybe you need to give some offerings to the water. Okay. You need to let go. Okay. You might need to take a vacation. Maybe you're very stressed out at this time. And it says running, escape, denial, excuses. Here you go. You got packed suitcases in a little rundown looking taxi. So maybe you just need to, maybe you're feeling like you need to get away from like your situations or your problems at this time. We about to find out. Either way, you need to have some type of recharge. And maybe it's like a temporary release that you need to get away from your situation to clear your mind, okay? So what we have for Cancer, let me get a 9 card spread. All right. Maybe it could be your finances going through it because we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know, usually she's like a homemaker. This could be a choice that you're making, whether regardless in love or just in life in general. Okay, I'm hearing somebody just tell me the full story. So I'm gonna just shut up until I got all the cards. All right. This could be a choice about somebody you want to move forward with. Very untraditional. They're nothing like you, I'm hearing. But it could be successful. But I think you're, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, Cancer, what is going on, bro? Y'all be in y'all emotions. I'll tell you that. Because I got all of this. All right, let me stop. The end of the deck, you have the Page of Cups in reverse, okay? Which is somebody that's being very mature with their emotions. Could be very charming, but don't mean nothing realistic, right? Could be very a dreamy energy in a sense of like a negative connotation. Like I wouldn't say the cards in reverse are people that don't know tarot. Not every card that's in reverse is a negative connotation, right? It could just mean a different type of feeling or mood to the story, a different tone to the story. With this here, though, I'm getting it is kind of like a little like you're moody. Okay, you're very immature, you're moody. It's like something is because it's not going your way emotionally, you're feeling like distraught, and that's probably why you have to like recharge and feeling like you need to run away. Like I'm getting all this wanting to just run away, wanting to travel, get away. Like it's a choice that you have to make, and it could be regards to love. Like I said, it could be a Queen of Pentacles that you're looking at, or it could be yourself, choosing someone or yourself. Okay. Which I get that you're like, or it could be like another person, right? Because we have like in between the lovers, I'm gonna show you guys, hold on, so it can make sense. You have a Queen of Pentacles in reverse that somebody could be like very independent, financially independent, could be a little self-absorbed, not so much like a nurturer or like what you expect as a traditional wife, because ain't nothing traditional here, okay? Regarding both of these energies, right? So like, yeah, something that's also like or like unorthodox as well. You could watch Gemini reading because that was something significant as well. That was unorthodox, like a spouse that was younger than somebody or somebody older than someone else, somebody that doesn't have all the funds and the other person do. It could be like a relationship like that, something that you're not used to. And it could be, well, versus, right? It could be like I said, a love situation or a choice that you have to make. And it could be either with yourself and your own confidence of what you have going on, your foundation and your stability. Like you already have things, you know, what you're also independent in yourself and you can also give to others in a sense. um it could be versus that or versus a fire sign, which is an Aries, Leo, Sag. It could be a very masculine person that is very much in their power, boss like energy. Doesn't have to be a man, it could be a woman as well, but just somebody that's just about their power, okay, about their creativity, about how they look and how they take care of themselves. Like both of these people are very independent, let's say that. It's just a different way of how they go about each other. So one could be one could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, and one could be a Capricorn, Taurus, a Virgo, or a Gemini. Okay, like I said, go look at Gemini's reading as well. And The person that's the fire sign is the person that's looking towards the love, to be honest with you. It's like they're both looking at the love, but if you pay attention, you see the Queen of Pentacles here. She's not really looking at the love. She's looking at the money. Or this could be you, right? This could be you. Somebody who wants, like, say they want love, but just so into their money at this time. So, like, I keep hearing self-absorbed, but it doesn't really have to mean that way. Maybe that's how you feel. Maybe that's how you feel about, like, it's a misconception of, like, when you take care of yourself, because, like, cancers, they love family situations or whatever, taking care of people, blah blah blah. But it's in a sense of, like, because you're working on your finances, taking care of yourself, maybe your body, your looks, your home, your foundation, what it is to actually live life for yourself. um you feel self-absorbed. You feel like it's not, like, even though it's the right thing to do logically, you don't feel like it's the right thing to do. Like, you want somebody to take care of. You're looking for, like, you're looking to have this. You're looking to have that harmony, that other person, okay? That partnership. Even though you're in this energy right now, okay? So take it however it fits, how it resonates, and if it doesn't resonate, then don't take it at all, okay? You don't need to take that with you. But whatever it is, I see you moving forward. And like I said, you could be taking a trip or getting away from, like, this energy of, like, having to make a choice. You're probably just, it's like making you flustered, I'm hearing. You need to clear your mind. Um, Probably need to do a detox at this time, right? Because I'm getting, like, maybe overeating, maybe drinking, maybe smoking. Like, it's giving like things you're putting in your body, it's not giving you a clear mind. Okay, like, you see how it's empty in the background, it's like they're going towards the desert. That's how your mind needs to be at this time. You're probably going somewhere where people don't really go, like I said, a desert. I don't know, somewhere, like, maybe boring, or not even boring, somewhere that people think is boring, but to you it's not. It's something that's very untraditional. Like, say everybody goes to Miami and you want to go, like, I don't know, like Oregon. I don't, it's just like something that nobody really does. You want to do something that somebody really, like, people don't really do. And it's necessary in order for you to come back out successful and getting everything that you want, right? But it's going to take some time of you being in contemplation until you have that aha moment of accepting that maybe things don't go as planned, or, like, something that you got to walk away from. And like I said, it could be that clingy past energy that wanted to come out of the deck. You're gonna need to be in you're gonna need to be in meditation. Okay, it's kind of weird looking at the camera, I'm sorry, y'all, but you're gonna have to be in a meditation first and think about this while you are traveling, or, escaping, or some sense that you're gonna have to make the acceptance of moving forward, okay, with not everything going as your way. And maybe that could go back into the whole choice here, because it's like, either situation that you choose, either person that you choose, you're going to be losing something in a sense. Okay? Like, if you choose this person, right? That's all about their finances. You're going to be missing the love that that you're used to, or that you known of, or that you grew up and known. You want to give this person, you want to give, say if it's people, you want to give either person the world, but you're going to have to do some type of sacrifice of something that you're used to. Okay. So, like I said, if it's this person is about their money and they don't play no games, you're going to have to pour into this person financially and create some type of stability and foundation and security. And that's something that you're probably not into, right? Like, and you could see it in a sense of, like, man, I feel like this person's a gold digger, whatever. But in all reality, they just want to be provided for. Okay. They probably been through a lot of situations where, in the past, people, maybe they were the provider and people took advantage, and now it's time for them to have that provider, and you're the person that is, God sent to be the provider for them in order to make things flow in harmony, right? Once you provide for them, they can give you the nurturing and love that you always wanted, but it's also in the sense of you had to sacrifice something. Like, I'm not going to say just being materialistic, but just building an actual, foundation for a family to be nurtured in and be fruitful, right? If it's this person, you have to sacrifice the the fact of this person is going to be the boss. This is going to be the power move. It's going to be the decision maker. It's going to be the person that takes action. And you need to be the emotional support for this person. You need to be like, this person can, be the independent. They don't need your money. They need the love though. Okay? They need the faithfulness and the loyalty. Okay? So it's something that you're going to have to sacrifice with your emotions. So once you understand that you're going to have to sacrifice something that's not going to go your way, like that you you want everything to go exactly your way. I feel like I'm oh my gosh, you guys must be very confused because I'm over here like stumbling my words. But it's in a sense of you need to be in meditation, clear your mind, get away in order to make the right choice for you, okay? And knowing what you want to sacrifice, okay? And it's going to be something, right? So like, the reason why I say that is, like, you see all these cups is tilted over. You're gonna have to let something go, and you're gonna be very sad about it. It is what it is. Sometimes we have to let go of the past in order to let new blessings come in a way. And then you're not getting rid of everything. It's gonna be some type of something that's left over from you that you didn't have to sacrifice. Okay. So while you're over here looking at these spilled cups, you still have these cups here, right? And that could just be the love. That could be like, the growth of something new. So once you accept this, you'll be emotionally stable and you'll be in your power. Either one that you have to sacrifice something for is not going to take from you and your happiness and your emotional stability. It's actually going to build you even more and help you. I'm hearing liquefy your blessings. Like, everything that you wanted is going to physically manifest once you start pouring into one of these people. Like, you have to make a choice of one of these people. And if it's not a relationship or not anybody, because I do see it's a lot of love here off the rip, right? But let's say for the people that, you're not seeing anybody or any whatever, whoever, and it's just all about you, it's just giving, you have to sacrifice something for yourself in order to become the emotional stable person, to become successful. Is either, you know, you have to get out of a lack mindset and start working on your finances and your foundation in your own life and make a choice to really become that boss like energy. Move forward with something that is very untraditional. That's you're not is not your norm. Okay, it's not something that your parents did. It's not something that you've seen on TV growing up, that you hear in music. It's something very different that you're going to have to do in order to become successful. And that's going to involve you having some type of aha moment in meditation. You need to learn how to meditate. Okay. You need to learn how to pray also, because you're going to have to accept the fact that some things have to be let go. And once you have that enlightened moment, when you realize what needs to be let go, you'll let it go and be in your power. Okay. Even more than you ever been before. It's going to be a whole new you, a whole new emotion. All right. But you have to let that, those things that you're clinging on to, whatever it is, whether it's relationship, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's some type of mindset that you were taught, okay, growing up, some type of immaturity, some type of emotional instability, some type of lack, something that looks good, right? Like, that feels good emotionally, but it's really not good for you. All right, Cancer. So let me see, what is the outcome for you in regarding this? Okay. Oh gosh, hold on. Okay. We get two more in a deck cut. Okay. Yeah, Cancer. I feel like you're thinking a lot about a lot of different things, and it's making you tired. Because now, like, I was good to do all these readings. Now I'm like, I'm drained. Eh. But it's okay, Cancer. We're gonna talk through it. So maybe you have to. This is one instance. You have to travel very far for work. That might be the trip that's coming. You might have to move for work, which is it's a good thing because it's gonna make you like a leader, a boss. People are gonna look up to you. It might make you look very wealthy as well. That's great. I could be talking to a divine masculine. It's also gonna make you take care of your family better. All right. And it's gonna be something that you don't feel like you have to work hard for. Okay. Like the whole working hard for a certain amount of money is like disappearing because like you have all of these I'm hearing people are acknowledging you and your skills. Like the hardship is ending when like it comes around what you want to do in life, right? And it could be let's say it's a career before we go and jump into like people and stuff like that and relationships. Say it's this new job that's coming in, right? That's really going to make you, like I said, a leader, somebody that people, ooh, what the heck, Cancer, unexpected income in reverse. All right. So I wanted to show, I guess. But whatever this job is going to make you like a leader in a sense that people are going to look up to and listen to. And maybe like you're going to be managing them instead of you having a manager and listening to a manager. It's just going to put you in a position of power. Right. And it's probably somewhere that you have to like ground yourself in the beginning, but I don't see you having to work so hard for it because we have toil and labor in reverse. It's going to be something that's easy for you. And it's going to get you out of the lack mindset, right? It's going to help you with your finances and stuff and take care of your family. It's going to be the end of like the birth of a new you. Yeah. So I'm seeing that from that standpoint. If we talking about choosing between the two people or whatever the case is, if you're dealing with a relationship, to be honest, it looks like you're gonna pour into whoever you can see longevity with long term, the one that feels the easiest, the one that feels the easiest to get along with, that you don't have to think and be in anxiety about, the one that it feels easy to love, the one that it feels easy for them to love you. It could be the wealthier one, and you might start a family with this person. That's what I'm seeing with that. This person makes you feel good. That's what I'm hearing. This person makes you feel like even though they could be take it either one of you could be wealthier than the other. It's giving one-sided wealth. One is wealthier than the other. So like let's say the one that's wealthy, right? Can make you feel very nurtured and very like important. Very like even though they're wealthier than you, they still make you feel like you're just doesn't look equal. But like you guys are equal, right? As in like when it came to the other connection, it felt like one was, doing better than the other and maybe putting it in your face, or like it was just very obvious that you guys were on two different spectrums, right? Two different elevations in life, and it didn't look good, and it was very hard to work together to have some type of equilibrium between y'all. But with the choice that you make, I'm hearing to take the person that is the easiest love, and easy in a sense of like they make you feel good. That's it. You come home and they make you feel good. And it's that easy. Like there's no stress, there's no problems, there's no drama. You could be wealthier than them. So if you are the wealthier one and they make you feel better emotionally, then you need to pour into them, right? Financially. If it's the other way around, you need to pour into them emotionally. Be their support, be their nurturer. All right. So let me see what advice I have for Cancer here regarding this for this week for Cancer. All right. So you have 22 and Uket, and it's hope. See, look, didn't I say pour into somebody? Look at that. Your girl never wrong. All right, let me go. Number 22. I'm hearing this is going to be a long-term love. This is going to be a real relationship for y'all. Not that y'all didn't have a real relationship before, but this is probably going to be the end all be all. Okay, because I'm seeing the number 22 and 222, two whatever is partnerships, is love. Okay, so go look 22 up. So it says she is depicted as a woman with a high headdress made of reeds or ostrich feathers. More rarely, I'm thinking of Living Single. You might be watching that show, reruns of it. I don't know. Because I'm thinking like Queen Latifah with like, the old school. Yeah, okay. So it says more rarely, she is represented in the form of a gazelle. Being the goddess of the Nile, she is linked to its floods, which brings nourishment, fertility, prosperity to the earth. This is where she gets her name, she who surrounds. That is her invasion of the lands that embrace every being to bring fertility and happiness. She represents the generosity that gives rise to life, trust in the protection of Anuket, who will guide you and bolster your courage, who gives you intensity and hope even when renunciations and sacrifices arise. What I say, y'all gotta sacrifice for whoever this person is. It's not gonna be the way that you used to. Okay? Whoever these choices are, you need to boss up, Cancer, for real. And it says, because I'm getting that you being very immature and not wanting to sacrifice nothing for nobody. That's what I'm hearing. You're not sacrificing ish. That's gonna keep you lonely, broke, and mentally unstable. Sorry, sorry. Or this could be somebody else, feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is not your story, it's probably the other person that you're dealing with story in regards to you. Okay. So let me go back. All right, so it says, trust in the protection of Anuket, who will guide you and bolster your courage, who gives you intensity and hope, even when renunciations and sacrifices arises. Remember that hope is in the heart of the optimist. So you need to start thinking positive, being in meditations, affirmations, subliminals, whatever you got to do in order to listen to like good vibrating music. Stop listening to negative music that makes you angry. You gotta listen to love songs, listen to happy music. You know how like pop happy bubblegum type of Disney, whatever. You need to surround yourself in high good vibrations that comes to movies, music, books, things that you are doing in life, eating healthier, doing healthier things in order to get your mind clear to make the right decision for yourself. And that's how you'll know you'll choose the right person, or that's how you know you're making the best decisions in your life moving forward to be emotional stability or emotionally stable. Yeah, emotionally stable, Cancer. That way you'll recharge, let go, and do what you have to do. All right, so the next sign is going to be Leo. Hey, what's up, Leo? We are back at your weekly reading. Okay, we're going to do a quick spread, do the outcome, spiritual advice. Let's get it popping. Let's see what we got for Leo. What we got for Leo, Spirit? All righty. Oh boy. All right, so what you got is karmics. Okay, I'm hearing Buddha. I'm seeing, I don't know, something about whatever. Anyway, it says karmics, third parties, haters, and lesson learned. Okay. Somebody might like a lot of red, and it's weird because I have the red ring, the red nails, the red hair. I'm one of those people, but I'm hearing somebody's favorite color is red. And then we have wishful thinking, right? I saw the word deja vu and thought of Beyonce. So second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. I think last week I was saying something about Beyonce and Jay-Z as well. I don't know. You might want to look at that reading. It's more in depth about a connection, I think. I think that's what it was about. So let's see what karmics and wishful thinking is. Yeah, maybe you're gonna try to give somebody a second chance after a third party situation. Ooh, it's already coming out, y'all. And it could be another fire sign or earth sign. Somebody with these placements in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're putting a lot of thought to this. I see you being very logical and having a lot of I don't know, you're using your smarts on this, Leo. You're thinking about doing a new beginning. Ooh. Oh. The fuck, Leo? Excuse my language. Sorry, I forgot I can't curse on here. It's giving, you're being very strategic and giving them something small. not in the sense of like less of a worth or something, like, it's small, like you want to manifest something small with them because you do see them as a good love option. And you want to just see how it goes. So you're being very strategic at this time. All right, hold on, because I ain't gonna lie, Cancer had me flustered the last reading. So let's get it together. Let's try to get our hair in place. Whatever. Okay, Leo. All right. So what I'm seeing is maybe you're not in the best terms with this person. Maybe you guys are not in harmony right now, maybe not speaking. Maybe something didn't go as planned between y'all. Maybe y'all had a bad date or something. Like I feel like y'all didn't talk for a minute. But it's like you want to invest in this in some sense, okay? Because we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Let's start from the relationship point of view. Like if you're dealing with somebody, before I talk about yourself, because it's giving very much love in this spread, to be honest with you. Okay, it's giving love options, it's giving, yeah. So let's say if you're dealing with somebody, maybe something didn't work out, something, maybe another relationship didn't work out, something that you thought would be like long-term marriage, whatever the case is, it didn't work out. So now I feel like you want to pour this investment into something else or somebody else, which could be a Aries, Leo, Sag, somebody in their divine power, looking good, feel good, doing what they have to do, blah 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 blah, right? And you're very determined about this. You're also being very logical and wise about this. You know this is the right choice, and that's why you want to do things from a different perspective, because the first time it didn't go out right. The first time it didn't work, right? So maybe you're trying to be more strategic and logical. Excuse me. Be more strategic and logical, okay, about the situation. You might have stomach problems. I don't know. I just drank some water and now like all of a sudden my stomach is starting to I'm starting to burp and all of that. Whatever. I'm hearing gastritis. I don't know. But yeah, you're trying to be more logical about this, and you want to give them something poquito, right? Something small. Somebody could speak Spanish, all right? And it's not in the sense, like I said, of because you feel like they're not worth something big. It's just more like it's a new beginning, right? Like, let me not overdo it. Let me be very strategic. Let me see if it's okay if I can, let them know that I'm interested, okay? That I want to make some type of manifestation in love with them. Okay? Something that won't scare them, make them think that I'm being overboard, right? Because foundation sometimes starts with a good foundation sometimes starts with something small, I'm hearing, right? And it could just be something as simple as a conversation, something as simple as maybe just like a date somewhere casual, nothing too fancy, somewhere, something or somewhere that's not over exaggerated. I'm feeling like people in the past you probably did that with, probably, took them to five-star restaurants, hotels, trips, and it just was all failures because of that. And now you're learning to be more logical and like, let me see who is going to love me for me and not my finances, I'm hearing. That's not even in the cards. I just heard that. All right. So I think you're making a more logical approach when it comes to a choice or when it comes to love. And this could be a very, good new beginning for you, right? It's something that you're not used to, but you're being like, F it, I'm gonna just do it, right? Let me be naive in a sense of like not being like slow or stupid. So let me rephrase that. That's not good to say. Y'all probably have probably got to fix your words a lot because there's certain things that like you're very blunt about and you got to remember like, oh, let me change that, right? Because I'm a professional. I could get backlash for saying that. So I'm hearing that too, but it's not naive in a sense of like you don't know where this is going to go, but it feels good and it's like a calculated risk, right? Opposed to just doing stuff for the fun of it, right? Opposed to like not thinking things through and I'm just gonna do it, and if it's gonna burn, let it burn. I don't see that. I see it like, I know this is what I want, and I know it could, have its ups and downs, but I'm ready for it and I can handle it. and I can take care of it of when things, get out of place, right? And it's going to get you out of the anxiety, out of like mental confusion. You don't have to worry about this no more once you do it. Once you take the risk, maybe that's why I was like, I don't know, kind of like I said, cancer had me flustered. So you could be dealing with a cancer too. I don't see that in the cards, but just because like the way I'm feeling, right, based on my last spread with them, had me in like a lot of anxiety, right? And so when you take this risk with this new person or this new venture, it won't keep you feeling like you got to worry about them. It won't keep you having nightmares and having anxiety and not being able to sleep and wondering where they're at and wondering where their loyalty is, and see if they're like using you for anything, or if it's not a relationship, it's like it's not going to keep you fear-based, okay? It's going to get you out of that element of depression and mental instability, okay? It's going to be a new jolt in life for you that's gonna make you feel like a teenager again, like that happy-go-lucky teenager, right? Not the depressed one, right? Not the emo one. It's gonna be the one that takes adventures and rebellious and had a high life. That might be smokers, a very high life, but like not in a sense of like self-deprecating and sulking in sleep and depression, right? Somebody that's happy, go lucky, giddy, right? And is going to get you out of feeling uncomfortable with yourself and stop dealing with women. I'm hearing women, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm talking to a masculine here. Um or like dealing with a divine feminine, take it how the roles take it or whatever the case is. But stop dealing with people that's not worth it. Stop dealing with people that don't know their element, that don't know how to be a feminine, right? Don't know how to be nurturing and fertile and loving and be confident. And you want somebody that's confident but also loving, right? You want somebody that know they got it like that, but also when they're with you, they even like they got it even more. You know what I'm saying? They know you're the boss, right? You're the one that takes the lead and makes the decisions when it comes to the both of y'all. And yeah, but you don't let them like be so submissive in a sense. You still let them be them, but that's the type of person you want. And with all your other choices in the past, they none of them was like that. It was either they were too masculine, right? They didn't need your help for nothing or made you feel like nothing, right? Or they were like being too submissive, too needy, too like just didn't let you breathe either, right? You need somebody that has like a balance of it. So let's see what your outcome is, Leo, for this. It's somebody from your past, I think, because it's giving second chance deja vu. Maybe you dream about this person. Maybe you dream about this person a lot. All right. For Leo. Okay. Maybe you just left a job as well. Did I say I think I just kind of put it all together, right? Maybe something let's say if it's not before we get into this. Sorry, y'all. Before okay, before we get into this spread, hold on, let me just put it back a little bit. Let me go back to your tarot real quick and see this from a point of view that doesn't have to deal with relationships, right? It just was with you and your karma, right? And your wishful thinking. So in a sense, right, something didn't work out right. It could be a business partnership. It could be something that was like your occupation that you poured a lot into. Like say if you, for example, are a day trader and you or do stocks, right? Not necessarily a day trader, right? Because that's more of, fast movement every day. But you poured into something like, say, if you invested into ETFs and bonds and you thought that it would give you the right dividends back, but it really didn't. It gave you maybe like something not being as successful as you thought it was. Maybe you spent too much money in something. Does that make sense? And you didn't get any return back. And it's funny because I just had this conversation with my dad. So maybe something to do with your father, with your finances is significant. Maybe something you have to learn from your father or something that your father taught you that didn't work out as planned, okay? I'm hearing like maybe your father told you to overgive somewhere, maybe in hard work, but you did that as an adult and don't see like the necessary returns that you thought that your father was right about. I don't know. It's something about unlearning something from your dad when it comes to your finances. But either way, right? Say that's an example, right? And after that of pouring into something, putting all your money into like, all your eggs in one basket, it just because it wasn't successful or wasn't celebrated as or not expected, it kind of like brought down your confidence and made you a little insecure when it comes to your finances. So now you took a step back and you're doing a different strategy, right? When it comes to investing and having the logical approach to let me pour a little bit here, let me pour a little bit there. Like you have choices of different options on how you want to invest now, right? You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket into that one stock that you thought you was going to be a millionaire in, right? So now you have different avenues and it's a new start for you after a time or a period of you being financially, you know, I ain't going to say the B word. I don't like that B word, BROKE, but I would say temporarily without funds, okay? That's what you got to say, Leo. You got to manipulate life, even your words. Even your words, right? But like manipulate in a sense of positivity. So like it's going to be a new beginning after feeling financially burdened, right? And it's going to jolt you into a new positive light. And then like I said, it may be something small, but you know that it's like it's going slow, but it's working, okay? And it's going to be for your best benefit in the long term, in the long run. All right. So now, besides that, yeah, and it's just going to get you out of insecurity and you're going to be like, fruitful once you start doing it this way instead of rushing into something, being impulsive, right? As much, as Leo signs, fire signs do. We're very impulsive. We like to just, as soon as we see something that's shiny, we like it, boom, that's mine. And this is going to be something that you need to pour into little by little to keep it flowing and going and not get bored of. And this could be a person too. Think about that, but take it how it resonates. You're going to have to pour a little bit here and there, right? In order to make it grow longer, keep you happy longer, keep you invested longer, have more fun, like not just boom, do everything now and that's it, and then you want to move forward. No, this time is giving longevity that you have to do. And you're learning that. You're learning that. So now we're going to go into your outcome spread. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even know. Was that the last card? Am I tripping? Is this backwards? No, it's right. It's right. Okay. Okay, let's see for Leo. So at the end of the deck, you still have the privileged lady, okay? Don't take the gender as is. This is you, regardless man, woman, whatever. Okay? You're still in your element, even though you could be coming out of a dark place with your finances, you're still born to be wealthy and successful and privileged. And I feel like I'll always tell you that, Leo. Like no matter what you go through temporarily, you're always blessed, right? God is always blessing you. Now, overall, that's your overall energy here. Yeah, it's if I am talking to divine masculine, right? You are in your logical like energy right now. Like you're really taking back all the immaturity that you've done, all the impulsiveness, and you're taking things slow, like I said, and you're being very logical and strategic about it because you do have the mature man here. And yeah, it's like it's so many stories within the spread, but I'm trying to pinpoint it to down to at least two. It's like something didn't go right for you at all, but you're wiser about it now, right? So if it's finances, something that you worked hard for didn't give you any return, you're coming out of that though, right? That's not forever. Maybe a job that you like didn't give you the abundance that you were seeking, and not saying that a job was going to make you rich, but it was just like it just didn't fulfill you, right? It didn't fulfill your heart, something that you always wanted. And it could be somebody that you're thinking about as well. I don't hold on, y'all. Because like I said, it's a lot of stories here. It's just something that didn't work out for you. You're coming out of the depression of that not working out, right? So it's like maybe in regards to your career and finances, you're waiting for a message to come that's going to help you clear your mind. It's like literally like you're waiting for an answer. Maybe it's like a new job that you're trying to get. You're waiting for them to accept you. You haven't heard from them, so now you're kind of concerned, thinking about like, what I'm going to do. I got to pay my rent this week, or like, oh yeah, today is the first. That's crazy. Listen, I'll pay my rent months ahead. Get into it. But my thing is like you're waiting for something to come back to you so that you'll know something. You'll have clarity about. All right? In order for you to step into this you know, stay in that blessing era. It's not even an era, it's just a lifestyle. That's what I'm hearing. Young thug lifestyle might be significant. I heard you just snitched too. That's another story, Leo. Somebody might listen to Young Thug. Somebody might listen to Young Thug because look, we got courthouse here as well. It's not courthouse, but it's adjudication, so it's almost the same thing, right? You might have to do something legally. So maybe that is that message you're waiting for that's not coming in at this time. Maybe some paperwork you have to fill out. Okay, that's kind of blocking your money in abundance. It's something that's like it's stressing you out. You're gonna get out of this period. Okay, it's something. It's just not. It's like you're waiting for something. All right, or you have to come into agreement. Maybe you have to get a divorce for people that's married, right? And once you get a divorce, you'll finally just whatever, like you can take the whatever money, you take whatever, like I don't know. It's giving something that you either have to it's a lot. I feel like there's a lot here. I don't know how many Leos I'm talking to because it's a lot of stories. So, say somebody wants to get a divorce, do the pay, hurry up and get the divorce because you're like stalling at this point and it's blocking your career, your finances, anywhere else. It's causing leaks in the rest of your life and your abundance. All right, get that out the way, Leo. Stop procrastinating. Now, if it's not you that's procrastinating and somebody else, then I see why that this stuck energy is happening. Now, for those that are wanting to deal with somebody in a new relationship, right? That I said that might be want to give something small to them. Maybe you want trying to find ways to like, have some type of agreement with them so that way they can see that, you're a choice too, right? Maybe they overlooked you in the past. Maybe you haven't spoken to them in a long time. Maybe you're thinking about them a lot and you're wondering like, are they thinking about me? I think whoever this is, like they thought of you, not as much as like, how you're thinking of them, but it's because they're trying to get their finances together in like all other areas in life. They got options though. They do. But it's giving like in order for you to be the main option, which I think you want, you have to initiate that. And you have to show them like, hey, this could be a high value situation if we even put some type of effort into it. You have to initiate it. Okay, whoever this is could either be the privileged lady that you see that, like you see that they're the one, or they could be the mature one, right? Stepping back and taking care of what they have to take care of. Reverse the roles how you want to. You can be that either way, right? So, yeah, let's move forward. Let's go to your spiritual advice because I'm done with y'all, Leo. Too much. I don't know what was going on just now. Number five, get prosperity. Honestly, Gemini just got this. And today was the first time I ever seen this card, and I've been reading with this deck for a year and have not seen this card ever. So you guys also have prosperity. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to is wealthy or, going to be wealthy again. I don't see that you were never wealthy. Well, I don't see that you were never wealthy though. Like, or you had like a good upbringing, like with finances and stuff. Like you didn't have to struggle as much as other people did. Let's say for example like you didn't have to struggle like me. Like you get what I'm saying, like you didn't have to come from the hood, you didn't have to deal with certain things that you had to do in order to survive, to eat, or you don't know how it feels to like you have a sense because you have family and friends and you've seen it but you never felt it, like you never had to do it, so you have like a different perspective when it comes to like money mindset and stuff like that. All right, so I'm just gonna read it. So it says number five, Geb, prosperity. Also, you have a lot of changes in life. Number five is about change. So it says end is about competition and conflict. So be careful, Leo. Okay, be careful with your words. Be careful with your words. It says God of the earth and all animals. He is usually depicted lying on the ground with plants and fruit on his body, or as a bearded man with a goose on his head, the emblem of representing the hieroglyph of his name. Geb symbolizes wealth, fertility, and abundance of nature, but also its most feared forces. With Geb, you can trust in slow but constant development, such as realization of a project or the conclusion of a program. You might experience extreme, pleasant, tranquil, and tender emotions full of harmony and moral integrity. Whoever you're moving towards, right, that you want to like, you know, probably date or just, have an interaction with, they're going to make you feel like this, like the privileged person. Like they're gonna see, like just like how you see they're the one, they're gonna see you as the one as well. Okay, I know I'm holding that very weird, but yeah. Okay, but you have to initiate that you want them. You have to show them that you want them, right? Because that's probably why they're not even considering you because they probably haven't heard from you. This is a weird reading. Yeah, I'm about to go to Virgo because this is getting kind of weird in a sense. But yeah, so Leo, get your ish together, okay? Bye. Hey, what's up, Virgo? I had to put my lip gloss on. Somebody might have some juicy lips, but I had to redo that all over again. So let's see what we got for your weekly reading. Okay, something about somebody's lips could be significant. I don't know, but let's see, Virgo, what we got. Oh, let me get two. That's too many. All right, what we have for Virgo this week? Alrighty, we have envy, and look, like the light is right on their lips. So, like I said, that could be very significant, okay? And it says resentful, competitive, and discontent. Okay, somebody might be unhappy about something. I don't know if I don't know. I don't think somebody is like it says envy, but I don't think somebody's jealous. Or maybe they could be jealous. You could be very possessive, jealous energy. I don't know. Somebody you could be dealing with. And then it says distance, divorce, ghosted, and separation. So you could be leaving somebody alone at this time, or they could be feeling like that to you. Or maybe you're mad somebody like is not talking to you at this time or ghosted you or vice versa. So we about to see what it is, Virgo. So let's see. Let's do a 9 card spread for Virgo, please. All right. Too many cards. Whoa, that's a lot here. Okay. For Virgo. Okay. What we have for Virgo, right? Hmm. Even though distance and envy came out, I don't see, like, I can see where there's conflict, but I don't see, like, really harsh negativity. And those cards are very, like, very, 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 I feel like harsh, With envy and distance, that's some harsh words. That's some harsh energy. Maybe you're just feeling that way. I don't think it's that like I'm not gonna say that's serious because it could be something serious with you, but I feel like you're taking things kind of out of proportion, or maybe this person is, okay? So, ooh, I feel like I'm like whatever, talking too loud. But like let's see what it is. So your first card here is the Four of Wands in reverse, something that's like not in harmony. Leo just got this as well. So you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo placements, etc., etc. But it's something that's not like going, as you thought it would be, not something successful, not feeling celebrated, um, just something not going out right. But at the same time, it's like you don't want to cause conflict about it. You're like indecisive whether to move toward. It's still going to be something life changing. You can't avoid it. Maybe you're trying to avoid conflict, okay? And maybe there's not going to be so much conflict, but like because you're being more logical about this, all right? Let's just say first if you're not dealing with a person, right? So it's something that didn't go as planned, that's not being celebrated at this time, that you don't feel successful about. And even though it didn't go as planned, you're trying to avoid the harshness. Like you avoided some type of huge conflict by being wise about it, okay? And maybe you're determined, like this is going to determine you to move forward in a better, way, like not being impulsive in order to get your life back on track, your foundation back on track, your finances back on track after feeling defeated for, a period of time. For, whatever this is not working out, it could be a business that you have or just finances in general or just any dynamic in your life, right? It could be a marriage as well. That's hence why also divorce is there. But like I said, let me get to that in a minute. Let's just talk about you, right? And yeah, so maybe you're going to be moving logically more decisive of how you should move forward towards your foundation, right? After a period of loss, after a period of defeats, right? There was no way you could win this situation. Either way, it was going to be a lose-lose situation, okay? But now you have like some type of, new start that you're looking forward to with like this childlike energetic feeling like you're looking it's giving, I know you're a Virgo, but it's giving like a fiery, like a fire signs type of energy. Like a new jolt, right? For this thing to happen, a new childlike adventure, a new just go for it energy, right? With passion in your heart at this time. Okay? And I don't know. I'm seeing other people, I do. But if it's not about other people, it's you got to make sure that your emotions are stable at this time when you go for this new thing, right? Make sure you're still in your Queen of Swords energy with being logical and having good discernment, right? Making the right decisions based on head, not over heart. And maybe that's how you're feeling, like you don't want to use your heart at this time because you was hurt in the past and you're trying to heal from that and move forward, maybe move forward with your family very quickly. It's going to come in fast. Maybe you're going to get some messages very fast about moving forward to a better place. And you're probably going to be juggling something, okay? When this happens, multiple priorities, right? It could be like one is career, next is a relationship, or it could be two people, or it could be like just anything that you can juggle, okay? That you're just trying to balance. And it's going to come in very, very fast. All right? Now, if this has to deal with a relationship, one way I see it is that you just had a divorce and it changed your life, but it's like not like in a horrific sense. It just made you wiser and more logical. And now you have like such a determination to be a hard worker and get your finances right. I could be talking to a divine masculine, a divine masculine. Even though I have like feminine cards here, I feel like it's somebody like that's taking action, but also in a logical sense and not using it so much from their heart space, right? Because their heart space was shattered from this divorce. Okay, so I see that you're taking the logical approach to work hard to get your foundation on your own, right? Say like if you're divorced and you're not, have the family dynamic anymore, you have to do something on your own at this time that doesn't necessarily feel good. That's why you're not coming from a heart space because you know it doesn't feel good, but it has to be the right thing for you to do for yourself in order to take care of your family, even if there's a divorce, right? You're gonna always take care of your family. And but something is giving you a new zest for life, and it could be a new person, somebody who is not like your ex, okay? And it could be a water sign. No, like your ex could be a water sign. They could be Cancer, Pisces, and what else is a water sign? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I always forget Scorpio is weird. I have a Scorpio Venus, so this person could have a Scorpio Venus, okay? But yeah, they're not like your ex. They're not like overly emotional, but also like overly needy. Um, just I feel like they manipulate with their emotions. The other person you could be dealing with is a fire sign. a Aries, Leo, Sag. That might be the new person here. They might be younger than you or have like a young like energy compared to you, because y'all Virgos is like y'all very like wise for your age. Even if you're younger than them, you could be younger than them, right? I know I'm like all over the place with this, but follow through, y'all. Follow through. So even if you're younger than them, you're still giving like you're the grown woman or grown man, right? When it comes to the relationship, you're the one that's logical, right? You might not have stability though. I'm not gonna lie. You still probably are working on the stability, but while you're doing that, this person is so fun, right? And getting you out of that harsh emotional buildup that you have, right? That envy and that distance that you were feeling, okay? That I feel like I don't know. That envy is just so weird about this envy, because who is that, Virgo? Is that you? Or is that your, it could be your ex. It could be your ex. I don't see this as a new person, because it either could be you or your ex. The reason why I'm saying that is because distance is there. It's somebody you're separated from. All right. Maybe they see that you have a new type of upbeat, like, I don't know, something's different about you. Okay. Maybe after dealing with a fire sign and they can sense that. They know you very well. So this is, yeah, because they're in reverse. That makes sense, right? So let's put it all together, right? This is definitely who this is, right? Because in reverse, upright, she's nurturing, she's loving, she's supportive, very feminine, okay? Very emotionally in tune, emotionally balanced. Reverse, guess what? Well, this one actually, my bad. That's this the Queen of Cups in reverse, right? A total B. Like, and you may not call people biatches and stuff, but I'm calling this person a B. Like that's the attitude, and it's nasty. All right, and you don't like it. But in a sense, you're still trying to move forward with them. That's going to be like healing, not necessary, not necessarily in a sense of being with them again, but like, we can work this out without you being a hater, right? We can work this out. I can balance both a new relationship and taking care of my family. And like, it's in a sense of, I don't see like myself being with you, but I still want to be the provider in both situations, right? So maybe that's why you're working hard. I'm hearing somebody working a lot of jobs at this time. Okay, Virgo. So let me see what your outcome is for this week for Virgo. Okay. Yeah, you guys probably just got a divorce. Somebody can be in their 30s. We got 30, 32, 34. You're working hard at work. You're thinking about somebody as well. You could be thinking about your child or somebody. Somebody. You could be thinking about the person that you think is the one. And I don't think that's the person you're getting divorced from. You could be thinking about both, to be honest. It's some paperwork that you're being stagnant on at this time. You have a privileged lady in your energy. I don't think that's the person you're getting divorced from. I think that's the new person. At the end of the deck, you have house here, okay? So your living situation, maybe after this divorce, maybe they took the house, your living situation is not ideal, you're unhappy with it, okay? But I see you coming out of that as well. Very much divorce energy, right? If we're still on the topic of that, because look here, despair, right? Maybe you didn't want to get this divorce, but like you have no choice at this time, all right? And like maybe if it's not a relationship, maybe you're lost a job, y'all. Okay, let's keep it above. Maybe you lost a job and like things are not going right. You're going for new job applications, stuff like that. Maybe like they told you, that they're firing you. I hope that's not the case, but it could be somebody's story. Maybe you just got fired at this time and now you're like over overstimulated, trying to overcome, like trying to look for new work, okay? Trying to do multiple things to make ends meet, right? In order to take care of somebody or be a provider for somebody or just to yourself. You want to get back that energy, that, your stability, your wealth, right? And maybe you filled out a lot of applications, but I feel like something's going to come through, right? And they're going to see the value in your skills and your work ethic. So don't stress too much, Virgo, because it's going to come in and it's going to change your living situation. It's not going to be as harsh, right? So now if we're talking about the divorce situation, obviously, boom, you're losing everything in a divorce. I'm just okay? Maybe everything you worked hard for, okay? And now this is giving you a different way of thinking. Like maybe you don't want to work hard for something in the future, maybe for like a relationship. Like you have a new person here who is the privileged lady. And like, before, like because you got a divorce that you worked so hard in and you invested so much into, it's like you didn't want to invest in nobody else again and you didn't want to work as hard. But this person, Virgo, it's like, okay, now you're like, damn, they just might be worth it. Like all this built up jealousy, animosity, possessiveness, whatever, anger from the divorce, dealing with that other person, they don't make me feel that way. They make me feel like they just make me feel different than this last person I was with, right? And they just might be worth it for me to come out of this mental state of not doing enough for a spouse, right? Of not wanting to pour my heart into somebody or pour my finances into somebody or pour, anything, knowledge, anything, right? Anything to help this privileged lady be in your life. Because you see their worth, right? They're not somebody that they're not somebody you're used to. And also it's in a sense of like you just see their worth. That's all it is, Virgo. They're very different. And it's something that you feel like God sent to you in a sense of like maybe this is a lesson, but either way, I want to treat this person right, of what they're worth. Now, in that sense, you probably still have paperwork to fill out, or maybe something's going to shock you that you don't expect, maybe from this new person, right? Or even from your ex. Okay. So it's going to be something that's going to come your way that you're not going to expect in a sense. And it's going to shake you up a little bit, right? Like that tower in reverse. It's like it's going to be something that's going to change your life to make better decisions, but also like you couldn't avoid it. You avoided a worse situation, right? And you couldn't avoid it. Like, does that make sense, Virgo? And the outcome of this, is everything's gonna be all right. It's even gonna make you feel more like, well, I gotta be more of a high value person, or I gotta treat this person even better, or stuff like that. Like, I need better things in life. And in a sense, dealing in this situation, like I said, is just gonna get you out of whatever home unit you feel, maybe a different type of family situation, different environment. You're like I said, you're going to be able to not juggle, but you're going to be able to prioritize both situations with the best outcome in the sense of they're both going to, is going to be a high you're going to be a high value person to both of these connections, right? And that's not in a sense of you. It could be you could be dealing with them at the same time, or it just could be like you're dealing with a new person, but yet you never forgot about your family. And this new person knows that, okay, yeah, you need to learn how to take care of me and your family, right? Your whoever, your divorced spouse and your child or your children. You can do both, but you just have to learn how to come together, right? I'm getting blended family. Yeah, I'm not like I know it's like this is usually like teeter-totter, but I'm getting like you're doing it so well that it becomes a blended family. After all of this hate and envy, like you guys have to go through it in order to come out good in the end, okay? Let me get spirit advice for you for Virgo. Oh, it came out. Look, number 8, Sept, resentment. Somebody, oh, I don't know if this is you, Virgo, or this is your ex. Like somebody's uh with that hate word, it's not a good thing. Okay, it's really not. You have to heal your heart space. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, like I did say fire sign, because every time I see the bow and arrow, well, this way it's weird because I'm on a MacBook anyway, y'all. You see the bow and arrow, right? That's Sagittarius stuff, right? So let's see what it says. Self resentment. Number 8. It says Seth is one of who, out of jealousy, dismembered his brother Osiris into 14 parts, scattering them into the now to prevent their resurrection. He is identified as an evil deity and a bringer of chaos, desert, storms, and disorder. He is depicted with a human body and a head of an enigmatic animal with a long curved snout that resembles of an okapi. I don't know what that is, y'all. Figure it out. All right. His name derives from place established by God, which also makes sense when it comes to house, right? Because I feel like you're not established. That's probably why you're resentful. Maybe this person kicked you out the house. All right. The person that you got divorced from or broken up with. It says Seth puts you on your guard. You may experience unexpected accidents, moments of restlessness or resentment, conflicts, instability in emotional or commercial relationships. Moderate any attacks of uncontrolled anger. Remember, never resort to revenge in your life. So I feel like that is for you, Virgo, to be honest with you. If this is not your ex, you need to learn how to enjoy life, even though I know like you're in a very bad place right now. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Maybe the situation puts you in a worse predicament that you would have ever thought, right? You thought this marriage or whatever, this job or whatever was going to take you somewhere from better than you were before, and it actually even put you lower, and now you have resentment towards either this person, this company, whatever it is, and it's not giving you the best lifestyle at this time. But I see you learning from the situation and being wise, what you need to do to control your anger as well, and take all of that passion and put it to what you need to do in life, like your work, your stability, and your foundation. And if it is a new person, right, it's making you also give you like a passion for life, like it's changing the emotional state that you are in. Maybe they're teaching you how to let go of that envy and resentment moving forward. All right, so good luck, Virgo. I'm about to do Libra now.